Okay, yesterday we started with the very basics about Apex programming. So we went through what is Apex programming and the development tools what we use in every programming language, and also we worked on MVC architecture. So before we start today, let's understand about the Apex programming. So yesterday we discussed that it's a object-oriented programming language. It supports all the OOPS concepts, right? And this Apex programming is developed by SalesForce, right? This is what we discussed yesterday.
Yesterday we stopped at collections actually.
Right. Before we go to the collections, let's discuss a couple of more things here specific to Apex.
Okay.
So Apex is the feature of Apex is it is a strongly typed language. It's a strongly typed language. What does that mean by strongly typed languages? If you take a Java or any other programming, when you are connecting to the database, you need to create a connection between with the database, right? You write a JDBC, ODBC manager classes to connect to the databases. But here you can directly access the database because the Apex classes you will save the Apex classes directly on the server side. Okay, you'll directly store the data on server side. You can access directly the database. You no need. So let's say if it is your Apex class, this is server side. This is a server. You will have a database. You will have a database, SalesForce DB, and your Apex both store in server side. The cloud server, it will store both. So if you want to retrieve, send, modify, okay, so and delete the data, you can directly access the data. You can access or it can send the data back to the database. You can directly do this. Okay. And the very important thing in Java, you will like you follow the syntax. Some of the programming languages will be case sensitive, right? So here, Apex programming is not a case sensitive. So small letters, or like small case, uppercase, both it will take as the same thing. Okay. So that is the important thing in Apex. It's a strongly typed language. You can directly get the data, or you can retrieve or send the data with the help of some queries we use to retrieve the data. We use some queries, and to send the data to database, we use some DML operations like insert, update, delete, or we have database functions. We insert, update, delete database functions we have, which help us to update or delete the records or create records to the database. So you don't need to write any connection. You don't need any connection. You don't need to establish any connection with the database. Okay. So in this, that is very important about the server. Okay. And one thing, Salesforce uses the multi-tenancy architecture. This we discuss in admin part, right? So what is multi-tenancy? What is multi-tenancy? Like it can be, if it is apartment, okay, multiple. Okay, so multi-tenancy means, let's say this is a server. There's one instance. One instance will be shared with multiple users. Let's say you purchased this server. This is okay. In the server you purchase one instance. This is your org. In this instance, this is your org. In the same instance, the multiple users are using the same, they are like a shared resource. You are all like database, security, okay? Everything is a shared resource here. Complete infrastructure, the application, all the services are shared services. So when you are writing a code in shared services, okay, we have to follow some best practices, and also Salesforce kept some limits. These limits we called as governor limits. We will learn this about the governor limits in our sessions. Okay. So that is one important thing we wanted to share before we start with the collections. Okay. Yeah, let's continue with the collections. So here we have list set map, right? So how to define list set map? Okay, to define the list set map, we'll see today what is the difference between list, what is it, what is list set and map, when to use what, right? Okay, so to define the list, we have to use the keyword list, and it can be, the list can be a primitive or a subject or list, another list. Let's say, for example, if it is a string. So list of string, okay, the variable name I give color. So it's just a defining the, this is, okay, what value you are assigning, what, so to the color variable is type of list which will store the string information. There's a text information. Color is a list type variable which store the multiple text values, multiple string values. Okay, so multiple letters you can use store in color variable. Now, when you declare a list, it will assign a null value. First, it will have a null value. If you don't assign anything, color will have a null value. Okay. So variable is a memory location, right? So when you are declaring a variable, this list variable or set or map, we generally do we follow some best practice. We always define a list with empty list. How to define an empty list? So we need to assign some memory location to color. We need to assign some memory location to color. So to assign some memory location to color, if because I'm not sure what values I'm going to add. Okay, so we use list string color. Okay, and here we use new keyword list of string. Same like, okay, this statement will create, what is the difference between the first line and the second line? The difference between this line is the color will be having a null value, and the second line, this statement will have the empty string, and you already assigned some memory location to this color variable. This is the same syntax like how we create an object, right? When we are creating an object, like class object name, the class object name, new keyword will assign some memory location, and this is a constructor. Yes, this is a constructor. So this is a list class object. This is a list class object. You are assigning some memory location to color, and this is a constructor, list class constructor. Yes. This is the same like you are instantiating a variable, the class variable. Here list is a class here. Here list is a class. So what is a list? That's how we declare a list. What is a list? List is an ordered collection of data. List is an ordered collection of data, and it allows duplicate elements. That is a list. Okay, and define the set. The same like if you replace the list with set, that's how we define the set. So what is a set? Set is an unordered collection. Set is an unordered. This is a list is ordered collection. Set is unordered collection of data, collection of elements, you can say, and it will not allow duplicates. It will not allow duplicates. List will allow duplicates. Set will not allow duplicates. List is a ordered collection. Set is unordered collection. Okay. There is a difference between list and set. And map is a key value, is a key value pair, a collection of a group of key value pairs. Every key will have a value, and key will be always unique, and value can be duplicated. Value can be duplicated. Map is a key value pair, and in map a key value pair, the key always will be unique and value can be duplicated. That is a collection of key value pair. Map holds the collection of key value pair, a list of odd, okay, a collection of key value pairs, and here key will be unique, value will be duplicate, can be duplicate. Okay, that is list set map. Okay, how to declare? Okay, that we will see.
Could you please give an example for set and map, like list?
Yes, we will work on an example. We will work on example. We will work on example. So let me open the developer console. So this is our developer console. You can copy the URL and you can open it in a browser also. Okay, so this is here we write a code, right? The Apex code block, you can write inside the trigger, inside a class method, or as a web service. Okay, the same code you can put in different places. And where it will store? Directly on a platform. The Apex class, trigger, website, it will directly store on a platform. You can see the code, whatever the code you write. If you go to the Apex classes, Apex triggers, so here you can directly write, you can directly save the code here. The code directly saves to the platform, saves on a platform only. Directly saves on platform. Here is a saves platform. The data, the code will directly save here. Okay. Even the trigger also same thing. Even you can directly write a code here as well. Some people directly write code instead of using the other tools. You can directly write code and save the code here directly. Okay. But let's use the developer console. In developer console, we also write a code without saving, we can execute the code. In developer console, if I want to test some piece of code without saving, how can I do that? So we have, if you go to the debug, there's a option called open execute anonymous window. This is called anonymous window. In this window, I can write Apex code. I can execute the Apex code without saving. Without saving, I can execute the code. Okay, let me write some code, some Apex code here. So it will be very simple. I want to create a account record account table. In account table, I want to insert account record through programming. So on the UI, how we do? And if I want to insert an account record through UI, how we do? Let me go to Sales app launcher, Sales app. I go to the Accounts tab, new account. So when you are creating a new record, new customer is, you have to give the data to this. You have to enter the data into these fields. Like I have to provide the account name, rating, phone, website, account number, account site, right? Industry, type. These are the things what I need to give, right? So let me create an account record using the developer console, using the backend through programming, Apex programming. So first, I need to create empty account record. How to create empty account record? Account ACC. As object I'm using. What is this account ACC means? Yesterday we discussed this, right? What is account ACC? What is account ACC? ACC is a subject account as object variable. ACC is a account as object variable. Okay. Account ACC equals new account. What does that mean? I'm declaring a account variable with the help of new account. Account A is account is a constructor here, and new I'm allocating some memory location. Means it creates a empty account record. Now we have empty account record. Now using this account variable ACC, with the help of ACC, I can access all the account table fields, account table columns, account object fields. What are the account object fields we have? Name, account number, rating, phone, website, account site, all this. But I should use, yesterday we discussed it in MVC, we should use API names. We should use API name. Let me go to the setup, object manager. These are the objects, account object, fields, relationships. You can see account name is a label. The API name is just a name. So we have to use this name. When you are doing a code, when you're doing the coding, the API names, the object names, the field names, the relationships, you should know thoroughly. Okay. You should have very good understanding about the fields, relationship, and object. So account.name, with the help of ACC, I can access. What is the API name of account object? Account object API name. API name of account object is account. That's why I used here directly account. The API name we must use. Account ACC.name. I'm going to assign Apple. Apple is account. Okay, I want to create a customer as Apple. Okay, ACC dot account number, that is the account number 123 ACC dot website www.apple.com. ACC dot, I can add through this object variable, I can access all the fields. Okay, all the fields I can access. Let's say account site. Pune. ACC dot rating or ACC dot. I can access any number of fields, any fields. Okay, which is required to enter the data, I can use. So industry. Industry, what industry? Let me add something like banking. Apple has a banking side. Okay. Now I entered the data into all these fields, right? Now whole okay, the information is available where in ACC variable. ACC variable, the complete details stores in ACC variable. Okay. How I can insert the record? I need to create an empty record. First, I created already empty record. I provided the values into the name field, account number, website, site, rating, industry. Now I need to insert this specific record. How to insert? We can use a command insert. Insert what? Insert what?
Insert ACC.
Correct. Enter, insert ACC. Okay, let me execute. So now I'm not saving this code. I didn't save this code. I created empty record and I assign the values to all the fields and I'm inserting just, so here you can see that power of Apex. We are not connected to the database. We didn't write any connection class, right? But still directly you are using insert statement, direct insert statement. Let's see what happened. Yeah, we didn't have this colon. Okay. So it is success. Let's see in accounts tab. If I go to accounts tab, oh, you see the Apple, Pune location, account site. Is it a record which I just created? Apple 123 account site Pune banking, industries banking website. Cool. Clear? Any questions here?
Did we assign a rating for this?
Sorry?
Did we assign a rating?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So we insert this with this information, the account record is inserted. So what command we are using? This is an insert command. Directly use a DML to insert the data. Right? Okay. What if I do this? You know for loop? I'm going to use for loop integer I equals to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. What it will do? What it will do?
Increment by 1 till 5.
What this will do? What happened now?
It will execute it 5 times.
Executed 5 times. Yes, it executed. Now it will execute 5 times and it will create how many records? How many records it will create?
5 records.
It will create 5 records. So that's why to uniquely identify. So what I did is I have the Apple plus I value 0. So it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So total 5 records it should create, right? Okay, let me execute this. Cool, success, no issue. Let's check. Apple 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So here, that's how we implement loop statements. That's how we implement loop statement. Okay, let me change the I value to 5. And here I will go with 160 times. So 160 means 150, 155 times, right? Can I do this? Can I do this? Is any issue with this? How many times it will execute? How many times it will execute?
155 times.
155
55.
times. Okay. So did I do any change in the code? Did I do any change in the code?
No.
No change. Only I'm looping for 155 times. Execute. So it is inserting 155 records, taking time. Boom. Limit exception. Too many DML statements. System dot limit exceptions are very important. You can note down what type of exceptions we have seen now. System dot limit exception. System dot limit exception. Okay, we have so many limit exception. This is one of the limit. Too many DML statements. 151. Okay, what does that mean? So this statement, I didn't change anything. I just increased the number to 150. So we end up with the issue. What would the issue? So you can see the log. In the log tab, it logs the complete debug. We can check all the debugs here. The log is generated. I want to see what is the issue. Like this is the issue, too many DML statement. Let me open the log. I can double tap to open it. Okay. Let me go down. Okay, there I go. There we go. So we are talking about the limits, governor limits, right? So what is governor limit? Because Salesforce platform, like Salesforce uses the multi-tenancy architecture, and the same instance is shared with multiple users. As the same resource shared with multiple users, we have to follow the limit. We have to follow some governor limit. There are some governor limits, we have to adhere that. Let's assume that you have your own land, like for example, you have 20 acres land or 100 acres land. You have your own vehicle. Okay, you can ride your bike or you can drive your car in your own land. Will anyone comes to you and warn you? Let's say
No.
you're 200 kilometer fast in your own land. Okay, so no one will come and ask you why you're going that way, because this is your own land and you are only driving the vehicle, you're only riding your bike. If something happen, only you get hurt, right? Same thing if it is a public road. So you should follow the rules, right? If you don't follow the rules, if something goes, if you don't follow the rules, if something goes wrong, not only you get hurt, but also it affects to others, right? When you are driving in a public road. Hope you understand what is meant by private land or public road. Now in Salesforce, it's a public cloud. It's a multi-tenant architecture. Not only you, the other people also using the same instance. If you don't follow the rule, and if you don't follow the best practices, if you don't follow the like kernel elements, not only you, it will affect to others also. So that's why what Salesforce have done is they kept some kernel limits. Okay, Salesforce kept some kernel limits. If you write a bad code, you will end up with the issue. Your functionality will not work. Now here I end up with the issue. What is the issue? Number of DML statements. Number of DML statements, 151 out of 150, close to limit. So how many DML statement it allow? How many DML statements it allows?
150.
150. But that's why intentionally we did 155. So as we cross 150, it throw error message at 150 first 151 time. Till 150, there's no error. 151 time it has error. Like you can take a screenshot of it, okay? Or yeah, later you can also note down. These are the governor limits. So 150 statements you can execute in one transaction, and 20 SOQL queries, 100 SOSL queries. You can retrieve 50,000 records. Using the queries, you can retrieve 50,000 records. And push immediate DMLs, we have again 150 with DML rows. Here we inserted 150 records out of 10,000. So we have limit we didn't, DML rows, number of record limits we didn't exceed. We exceed the number of statement, number of inserts, not number of records. How many records you can insert? 10,000 records. And CPU limit, here we use 2000 milliseconds, but you can up to 10,000 milliseconds you can use. Okay. And heap size, we have 6 MB, callouts 100, email invocation 10, future calls 50, queuable jobs 50, mobile apex push class calls can be 10. These are the governor limits what Salesforce have kept. You should adhere. You have to always write a code by following the best practice. Make sure that you will not you will not exceed these limits. Now, how to solve this issue, our issue? How to solve this issue? 10, we can insert up to 10,000 records. The issue is not with the 10,000, the number of records. The issue here with number of DML statements. Number of DML statements. So how many, now how it will work?
Should be I less than 150.
Okay, so here the solution is, now what you're doing, you have a 155 apples in your storeroom. Okay, you are moving 155 apples to, you need to move 155 apples to kitchen, your storeroom to kitchen. Now in this example, what you're doing, you're taking one apple and you are moving to kitchen. So 150 times you got tired. That's why you're not able to move. Okay. So instead of moving one apple, what you can do? What smart work you can do? What you can do?
Move all of them one at a time.
Move everything into, yeah, using what you should use. You should use a bucket or a box. Arrange the apples into that box, all 150 apples, all 155 apples into a box, and move that box in one time. Okay, now that means this 150 records already inserted or not? It says 150 done, right?
It's it. Yeah.
Let's see. Let me go to all accounts. 19 records. Only we have 19 records. There's no 160 records. What happened is, if any transaction is failed, it roll back all the records which are inserted. Yeah, 150 record inserted, but not commit. It's not committed. It's not committed. So it roll back all the inserted 150 records. Now what is a, okay, now I need to use a box. What is a box here? What could be the box? What could be the box here? So your box can be a collection. That's why we are using the collection, right? Okay, now we will see how we implement the list into the list or set or map into the coding. Okay, now let's understand more depth, like what is a list? Okay, what is a list? Okay, understood. In programming, where we can implement, like this is a small example. So we need a box where I can collect all the account records and insert all the account records in one shot. Okay, so for that, first we need to understand a list. Okay, let me share you this code. You can save this code. Okay, let me put this into a notepad as well. Okay, now let's see how list works. I define one list in list integer I equals new list of integer. I declare a list variable type integer. List type variable integer. I is a list type type integer variable which stores the collection of integer elements. Okay. Now this is I variable. I is empty. I is empty now. It's not. It's a null or empty. Is it a I or empty?
Empty.
It's a empty, right? Okay, good. How to assign a values to a list? So for that, we need to understand list class method in SalesForce. So list is a class. So it has, so we are going to refer the developers.salesforce.com. This is a SalesForce documentation. Okay. I prefer always the SalesForce documentation. So here is a list constructor, list methods. So we have to use this list methods. So these are the list methods. Let me share you the link. You have to go through today. This is your task. You have to go through all the list methods. Okay, you have to go through all these list methods. Okay, please save this link. Okay, what method I should use to add element? What method I should use to add element?
Add.
Very good. Add. So add we have two for methods: add of element, add of index and list element. So list is a ordered collection. Let's prove it. Okay, let's see this. Okay, I use add statement, add method. So how to access the add method? So I need to use the variable I variable I dot, which where you need to add. I need to add to I. I is a list variable. I dot add of 5. So 5 value element, list element is 5. Let me repeat this for number of times. So 1, 2, 1, 9, 3. Okay. So 5, 2, 1, 5, 9, 3, 5. So 5 is repeated multiple times. Okay. Now also let's see. I need to retrieve I need to check the I variable, how it will hold the number of values. After adding all the elements, how I store the data. For that, I use a debug statement. In SalesForce, in the Apex programming, we use system.debug. System.debug. Okay. Elements in the I list are concatenate operator I. I'm just printing this is just a string concatenated, and I is a list variable. It in the log, debug log. Let me open the debug log, open log, execute. So log will open. Now here we have a filter. If I want to see only the debug statement, I can just check debug only. Oh, now you see the value, I value. I list 5. Is it the same? However, we enter the data, is it the same? It holds in the same order, the order which user enters. List will store the value in the same order. Order means here not ascending or descending. Order means the user, how the user enters the data in the same, that is the order. That is the order it follows. Clear? Clear, everyone?
Yes.
5, 2, 1. It follows the index. That's why we have a method here, index. Add index means what? Index means what? The index means here it will store in the 0 index, n-1, 0, first, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I want to get an nth index, system dot debug. Okay, let me just I of 1. What is the I of 1 value?
5.
I of 1.
Should be 5.
So it will always n-1. So first is start with 0 index.
Okay.
Start with 0 index. So first I of 1 means it will return true, 2. It returns 2. What it is written? I of 1 is 2. Now if I want to enter a value here, I say I dot add 2, 5 or 8. What happened? What happened? I add, what is this 2? 2 is a index. List element is a next. So 2 parameter. First parameter is index. Second parameter is element. So second position, where it will end, where it will add the value, 8 will get add to the after 5 2, it will 8 will add, and the 1 5 3 it will just move to the next element. So what happened? 8 after 2, 8 replace. So you are specifying the index, right? Where to insert a value. This is ordered collection. That is ordered. So you can use the indexing, right? You can locate a value in index in the list. You can insert, you can remove the index value. Okay, and 5 is repeating many times. Is it allowing the duplicates? List is allowing the duplicate. So list is ordered collection and it allow duplicates. Clear? Yes, no? Any questions?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So the ordered implies the order in which it was entered, not order
Not-
ascending and descending. Right?
On the ascending or descending order. Right?
आवाज आ रहा है?
Okay. So list is a ordered collection and it allows the duplicate values. Clear?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. So you please try with other methods. We'll continue work on these methods tomorrow. Okay. We'll try to use this clear, okay, contains method, equals method, get method, set method. Okay, we have set, size, sort. Okay, all these methods, we'll see these methods tomorrow. We'll continue work on this list. Also, we'll solve the problem, what we have faced today, to enter the 155 records, okay, using the code. Once we understand the list, we can solve the problem, okay?
Sure.
Cool. Okay,
Okay.
so that's all for today. We'll connect tomorrow, same time. Thank you, everyone. A good evening, good day.
Pragna, I just shared the recordings
Yes,
with you.
I
Just let me know if you have any problems.
got it, Poogal. Thank you so much. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you. Bye. Bye, Shay.
Bye.